seems a lot of people are speaking on my behalf and this TMZ thing and all that. So I've never self-proclaimed to be Michael Jackson's son. Wherever you guys go from here, wherever you go from here, that's what it is. And whatever the DNA test comes out to be the results.
Brandon Howard, better known as B. Howard, became the center of worldwide speculation when his noticeable resemblance to Michael Jackson sparked rumors that he was the singer's secret son. The similarities in appearance, voice, and stage presence quickly attracted public attention, leading to years of debate among fans and media outlets. As the rumors spread online and across entertainment news platforms, B. Howard found himself repeatedly linked to one of the most famous figures in music history, despite the absence of verified evidence supporting the claim.
Michael Jackson, Joseph Jackson, my mother. I mean, they're really important to me, and they protect me, and they kept me safe.
It can be living or past.
I know. It's just like, I don't want to cry. I feel it right here. It's like, oh man, this is...
A widely publicized DNA claim that surfaced in 2014 was quickly exposed as a hoax. His mother's alleged NDA only fueled further speculation.
I had anger issues, I would fight in a minute, and issues that I needed to medicate.
With questions surrounding the Jackson family and the paternity claims made by Augie Johnson, the mystery only grew deeper over time. Despite years of speculation, no verified evidence has ever provided a definitive answer, allowing the story to remain a persistent topic within pop culture discussions. A striking resemblance. Brandon Howard, known professionally as B. Howard, attracted widespread attention because of what many people considered an uncanny resemblance to Michael Jackson, both physically and vocally. Late pop singer Aaron Carter, a longtime friend of the Jackson family, once stated during an interview, B. Howard looks more like his son than anyone else. That's his real son, and the world doesn't even really know it. Meanwhile, Akon, who worked with both men, remarked, "He looks like Mike." Sounds like Mike. Comments like these from well-known figures in the music industry helped fuel public curiosity and ongoing speculation. However, it is important to emphasize that no independent evidence, DNA verification, or official confirmation has ever established a biological relationship between B. Howard and Michael Jackson. As a result, the resemblance remains a subject of debate rather than proof, keeping the mystery alive among fans and media observers alike.
Link.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing tonight?
All right, now, did you go over to the,
Brandon Howard himself has never publicly claimed that Michael Jackson was his father. Nevertheless, the combination of physical similarities, vocal comparisons, and endorsements from people connected to the music industry helped transform what began as a private rumor into a long-running global mystery. Before we continue, here's a topic that continues to generate debate among fans. Some people believe that B. Howard, also known as Brandon Howard, is the secret son of Michael Jackson. Over the years, rumors about his personal and financial circumstances have circulated online, attracting attention largely because many observers feel he bears a striking resemblance to the King of Pop. Despite the speculation, no verified DNA evidence, official documentation, or credible proof has ever confirmed that B. Howard is Michael Jackson's son. As a result, the claim remains an internet theory rather than an established fact. What do you think? Is the resemblance simply a coincidence, or could there be more to the story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Rumors of an early connection. The origins of the rumor can be traced back to the early 1980s. Brandon Howard's mother, Mickey Howard, was an R&B singer whose career was managed for a period by Joe Jackson, the father of Michael Jackson. Over time, unverified speculation emerged suggesting that Michael and Mickey may have shared a brief romantic connection. Brandon was born in April 1982, only months before Michael released Billie Jean, a song centered around disputed paternity and public accusations. This timing became one of the many details that fueled curiosity among fans. Mickey Howard later stated that both of her sons regularly spent weekends at the Havenhurst family estate from the time they were born, and that Katherine Jackson welcomed them warmly. While these accounts strengthened public fascination with the story, they have never provided definitive evidence of any biological relationship, leaving the mystery unresolved and open to continued speculation.
Welcome them.
They're a good family. Mrs. Katherine Jackson is
According to Brandon's own account years later, a claim that has never been publicly confirmed by any member of the Jackson family, a relative allegedly took him aside when he was around 7 or 8 years old and revealed a life-changing secret: that Michael Jackson was his father. Whether true or not, the story existed only through Brandon's recollection, with no independent verification ever emerging. Yet that single claim became one of the sparks that kept the mystery alive, fueling years of speculation, conspiracy theories, and eventually a highly publicized DNA controversy. The rumor reached a boiling point in 2014 when TMZ published a report alleging that Brandon intended to unveil DNA evidence and seek a portion of the Jackson estate. The headlines spread rapidly across the internet, but the situation took an unexpected turn almost immediately. Brandon responded with a public video, firmly stating that he had never contacted TMZ, had never declared himself to be Michael's son, and had no plans to file a lawsuit. He acknowledged that a DNA test had taken place, but insisted that it had nothing to do with proving paternity.
I did not call TMZ or anything like that. Didn't put out.
The controversy escalated even further when Filmon founder Alki David staged a dramatic press conference and unveiled what he claimed was explosive proof. A document was presented alleging a 99.9% probability that Michael Jackson was Brandon's father, supposedly based on DNA extracted from a dental mold acquired through an auction. For a brief moment, the story appeared to validate years of rumors and speculation. But the entire narrative unraveled almost as quickly as it had emerged. Investigators discovered that the testing company listed on the report, Alana Analytics, did not actually exist. To make matters worse, the laboratory's logo had reportedly been lifted directly from promotional artwork connected to the film Terminator Salvation. What had been presented as groundbreaking evidence collapsed into a public embarrassment, leaving the DNA claim with no scientific credibility whatsoever. Augie Johnson's paternity claim. In the chaos that followed the failed DNA spectacle, musician Augie Johnson stepped forward with a completely different version of events. The founder of the R&B group Side Effect publicly stated that he, not Michael Jackson, was Brandon's biological father. Unlike the rumors circulating online, Johnson offered specific details to support his position. He claimed he was present in the delivery room at the time of Brandon's birth and said he still possessed the original birth documentation. He also revealed a private conversation that allegedly took place just before the media storm erupted, stating that Brandon had personally reassured him by saying, "Don't worry about this stuff. You are my dad."
What's up? What you guys doing?
Unlike the anonymous DNA stunt, Johnson's claim was personal, direct, and documented. Mickey Howard herself later insisted she alone was both mother and father to Brandon since birth. While Johnson's account has not been legally adjudicated, it remains the most concrete counter-narrative to the Jackson paternity rumor. The non-disclosure agreement. Further complicating the story, Mickey Howard disclosed she had signed a non-disclosure agreement with the Jackson family. Her exact public statement was measured as to this claim. At this time, I am not at liberty to discuss this, as it is common practice in our business that celebrities have non-disclosure agreements, and we are not suing anyone.
So I don't have anything bad to say about the Jacksons or Mr. Jackson or Mrs.
She described the NDA as nothing unusual, simply the kind of agreement often used in the entertainment industry to shield private matters from becoming tabloid headlines. In her view, it was designed to protect individuals from media exploitation, not to hide a shocking revelation. Yet the existence of the document only deepened the intrigue. Was it merely a safeguard for personal privacy, or was it connected to a story far more complicated than anyone realized? No one involved has ever publicly confirmed that the NDA had anything to do with Brandon's paternity, leaving the question suspended in uncertainty. As a result, the agreement remains one of the most debated pieces of the puzzle, a detail that fuels endless speculation while offering no definitive answers. A career beyond the controversy. While the rumors continued to attract attention, Brandon Howard worked to establish an identity separate from the mystery that followed him. Performing under the name V. Howard, he built a legitimate career in the music industry and earned professional credits that stood on their own merit. His work included songwriting contributions for respected R&B artists such as Nayo's I Ain't Gotta Tell You and Amarian's Can't Get Tired of Me. Determined to push back against the narrative that he was chasing fame through the Jackson connection, B. Howard used his 2014 response video to highlight his own success and independence. Making his position unmistakably clear, he stated, "I've been taken care of very well, and also I make my own cash."
So, hey man, got a question.
Despite years of speculation, Brandon Howard never pursued legal action against the Jackson estate, nor did he seek inheritance rights or official recognition as a member of the family. Whether his early opportunities were influenced by connections to the Jackson name is something that can never be known with certainty. What is clear, however, is that his professional accomplishments exist independently of the rumors that surrounded him. Over time, The question of his parentage became less about his actual career and more about the public fascination attached to his identity. The mystery may not have defined his work, but it undeniably shaped the way many people viewed him. An unanswered mystery. In 2016, Brandon posted a public message expressing gratitude to several people he said had protected and guided him throughout his life. Among those names were both Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson. The gesture was subtle, yet it reignited curiosity about his relationship with the family without providing any real answers. Years later, the story remains tangled in uncertainty. The debunked DNA scandal, the existence of the confidentiality agreement, Mickey Howard's carefully measured comments, and Augie Johnson's public declaration of paternity all contribute pieces to a puzzle that has never been fully assembled. Neither the Jackson family nor those closest to the situation have publicly settled the matter one way or the other. Meanwhile, Brandon continues building his career in music, while the question that has followed him for decades remains unresolved, suspended somewhere between rumor, belief, and unanswered possibility.
Open question.
What allegedly started as a quiet revelation shared years ago within the grounds of the Havenhurst estate has evolved into one of the most persistent mysteries in pop culture history. Decades later, the story continues to survive through rumors, unanswered questions, carefully guarded silence, and the public's endless desire to uncover hidden truths. Yet despite all the speculation surrounding an alleged secret son, the focus now shifts to the people whose place in the Jackson legacy has never been questioned. To understand the family that carried Michael Jackson's name into the future, we have to look beyond the rumors and toward the lives of those who truly grew up inside that extraordinary world. A guitar, a tattoo, a truth. Backstage at an intimate music festival, Paris Jackson quietly adjusts her guitar strings while faded lyric reminders remain scribbled across her palm. Now 28, she has continued refining an artistic identity far removed from the overwhelming spotlight that once followed her every move. Since releasing Wilted, her indie folk sound has grown richer, more personal, and more emotionally fearless. Throughout much of 2025, she embraced a smaller scale tour focused on authenticity rather than spectacle, choosing stripped-down acoustic performances that allowed audiences to connect with the music in its purest form. Between recording sessions and creative ventures, Paris Jackson continued expanding her artistic footprint, taking on television roles that included a recurring appearance in a suspense-driven thriller series while maintaining a successful modeling career centered on self-expression and body confidence. She has never hidden her struggles, speaking candidly about mental health and LGBTQ+ advocacy, often acknowledging therapy and the unwavering support of her brothers as anchors in her life. Her artwork occasionally contains quiet tributes to her father, a sparkling glove reimagined in a modern design, or a childhood image transformed through her own creative lens, references that feel deeply personal rather than performative. The tattoos stretching across her arms tell a story of growth, pain, and transformation, each one tied to a defining chapter of her journey. Unlike many children of famous entertainers, Paris has shown little interest in chasing mainstream pop superstardom. Instead, she seems determined to build something authentic, embracing imperfections and creative risks in pursuit of work that reflects who she truly is. The quiet frame of B.G. Jackson, inside a sunlit room lined with vintage comic books, science fiction memorabilia, and carefully framed movie posters, B.G. Jackson pauses an old sci-fi classic to scribble ideas for his next documentary project. Once known to the world as Blanket, the 24-year-old has quietly carved out a path far removed from celebrity spectacle. Much of his creative focus now centers on environmental storytelling, including a short documentary on ocean conservation that found an audience at a small California film festival. In a rare 2025 interview, he spoke about his fascination with science, technology, and the creative freedom he finds behind the camera rather than in front of it. Living a largely private life in Los Angeles, BG spends time with brothers and cousins who often joke about his dry wit and encyclopedic knowledge of superhero mythology. While outsiders continue to speculate about whether he will pursue music or embrace the spotlight, he appears perfectly comfortable observing the world through a lens, allowing his films, not fame, to speak for him. In many ways, his thoughtful and understated life reflects the healing message his father spent decades sharing with the world. From Neverland to South LA, at a busy South Los Angeles food bank, Prince Jackson moves boxes of fresh produce into waiting vehicles, his worn motorcycle boots carrying the marks of a morning spent helping others. Now 29, He co-founded Heal Los Angeles, an organization dedicated to combating child hunger and homelessness, a mission that echoes the humanitarian values championed by his father's Heal the World Foundation. A graduate of Loyola Marymount University, Prince also served as an executive producer on the Michael biopic released in April 2026, working closely with filmmakers to preserve the integrity of his father's artistic legacy. Away from philanthropy, his online presence reveals a relaxed enthusiast of motorcycles, dogs, and hands-on restoration projects, often sharing moments spent repairing vintage bikes or cooking meals for friends. Although he inherited much of his father's desire to help others, he has deliberately avoided a career in music, choosing instead to build a life grounded in service and purpose. His calm, dependable presence serves as a reminder that perhaps the most meaningful part of Michael Jackson's legacy lives not in stadiums or record sales, but in acts of compassion carried out quietly every day. Stepping into the jacket, when Jaffer Jackson first stepped onto a soundstage wearing one of his uncle's signature jackets in 2024, a hush reportedly fell across the entire set. By the time Michael premiered globally in April 2026, audiences understood exactly why. With remarkable physical resemblance, familiar vocal textures, and movements that felt almost uncannily authentic, Jaffer brought the king of pop to life in a way that felt respectful rather than imitative. Now 29, the son of Jermaine Jackson devoted years to preparation before director Antoine Fuqua ever called action, immersing himself in vocal training, dance rehearsals, and countless hours studying archival concert footage. The success of the film has created momentum for his own musical ambitions, leading him to begin work on original R&B material. Away from cameras, he remains soft-spoken and reflective, occasionally sharing rehearsal footage that sparks emotional reactions among longtime fans. Walking red carpets beside his father and siblings, Jaffer often appears like someone embracing a destiny that had been waiting for him all along, finally stepping forward to tell his own story. If you've made it this far, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel. Neon-lit harmonies. Beneath the glow of studio lights in Hollywood, Austin Brown layers smooth falsetto harmonies over modern production, blending echoes of Off the Wall with a sound unmistakably his own. At 40, the son of Rebby Jackson and nephew of Michael Jackson has spent years refining his craft outside the mainstream spotlight. His EP Smoke and Mirrors earned praise for its rich, retro-inspired R&B textures, while a string of intimate club performances strengthened his reputation as a captivating live artist. Rather than relying on the power of the Jackson surname, Austin invested years in songwriting camps, collaborations, and creative development to establish credibility through his own work. He frequently credits his mother's resilience and determination as major influences on his career. With a full-length album nearing release, early previews hint at a project balancing sensual production with deeply personal songwriting. He often shares nostalgic family photographs online, expressing pride in his heritage while continuing to forge a distinct identity, effortlessly connecting past and present through music. The archivist of Neverland, surrounded by stacks of interview transcripts and hours of archival footage, Taj Jackson carefully pieces together a documentary project he has spent years researching. At 52, the eldest son of Tito Jackson and former member of 3T has evolved into one of the most dedicated voices preserving and defending Michael Jackson's legacy. Inspired by memories of his childhood experiences at Neverland, Taj's goal is not simply to celebrate his uncle, but to create a detailed and balanced portrait grounded in first-hand accounts from those who knew him personally. Through social media, he frequently challenges misinformation with patience and precision, often sharing rare behind-the-scenes material from family rehearsals and private moments. Although he occasionally reunites with his brothers for performances, filmmaking has become the center of his creative life. Living in California with his family, Taj combines his father's gentle demeanor with an unwavering determination to protect the truth as he sees it. His documentary efforts represent both a personal mission and a tribute rooted in love, memory, and historical context. Writing through grief, following the loss of his father Tito Jackson in 2024, Terrell Jackson reportedly picked up a guitar and poured his emotions into a song written in a single night. At 50, the middle member of 3T channels deeply personal experiences into solo music that explores grief, relationships, family, and the challenges of parenthood. He regularly shares moments of his young sons learning instruments, continuing the family's musical tradition while allowing them the freedom to discover their own paths. When reunited with his brothers for special Jackson events, their harmonies still lock together with remarkable ease, as though no time has passed at all. His social media has become a living scrapbook of family history, filled with vintage photographs, rehearsal memories, and heartfelt tributes to his father. Terrell has also spoken openly about the emotional pressures of growing up under one of the world's most famous surnames, encouraging conversations around mental health and therapy. His solo releases arrive only when he feels they are truly ready, creating a body of work that blends classic Motown influences with themes of healing and personal growth. The podcast and the capsule collection. In a recording studio, Siggy Jackson launches another episode of his podcast, effortlessly discussing forgotten fashion trends from the 1990s and why some deserve a comeback. At 34, the son of Jackie Jackson combines the charm associated with his family name with a modern understanding of media and storytelling. Alongside producing independent film projects and digital content, he has built a platform celebrating vintage music, style, and pop culture, often sprinkling conversations with warm family stories that feel genuine rather than sensationalized. Siggy has also explored fashion collaborations, translating his father's smooth and timeless style into modern capsule collections. At premieres and family events, he often appears composed and confident beside his father, carrying himself with quiet assurance. Though he keeps much of his personal life out of public view, his creative ambitions remain clear. Whether through podcasts, films, or future productions, Siggy seems focused on telling meaningful stories from behind the scenes while building a creative legacy that reflects his distinctive taste and vision. Siggy Jackson represents a different evolution of the Jackson creative legacy, one that doesn't depend on stadium lights or chart-topping fame to make an impact. His work reflects a quieter confidence, proving that the family's artistic instincts can flourish through modern storytelling, cultural commentary, and entrepreneurial creativity. Rather than following a traditional path, he has embraced a reinvention that feels both contemporary and authentic, carrying the Jackson spirit forward in a way that is understated, self-assured, and entirely his own. Poems from the Canyon. Surrounded by the peaceful landscape of a wellness retreat in Topanga Canyon, Yasi Brown stands before a small audience and recites a poem exploring vulnerability, survival, and personal transformation. Her voice remains calm and unwavering even as the emotions behind the words resonate through the room. As the daughter of Rebbe Jackson, Yasi has chosen to use spoken word artistry as a platform for mental health awareness, speaking candidly about her experience living with bipolar disorder. Through self-published collections of poetry, she has crafted deeply personal work that blends spiritual reflection, emotional healing, and fearless honesty. Her writing invites readers into difficult conversations, offering a perspective shaped not by celebrity, but by resilience, self-discovery, and the courage to confront life's most challenging realities.
Honesty.
NAMI Walks for LA County, and I've been asked to MC it and do some poetry.
Determined to transform personal challenges into meaningful action, Yasi Brown went on to establish the Brilliant Minds Foundation, an organization dedicated to supporting women of color navigating mental health struggles similar to those she has faced herself. Her advocacy extends far beyond public appearances, reflecting a commitment to creating safe spaces for conversations that are too often ignored. Although she occasionally steps into music and reveals a voice touched by the familiar melodic warmth associated with the Jackson family, words remain her most powerful creative tool. Poetry, storytelling, and advocacy continue to serve as the primary channels through which she connects with others. Now married and living a quieter life away from the relentless pace of Hollywood, Yasi often speaks about the role her mother played in shaping her resilience. She credits Rebbe Jackson's unwavering support, guidance, and unconditional love as the steady force that helped her build a life grounded in peace, purpose, and emotional stability.
Ability.
You can just introduce yourselves. I'm Yashi Brown.
And I'm Rebe.
Her mission has never been to pursue fame for its own sake. Instead, Yasi Brown's work is driven by a desire to create understanding, foster community, and remind people that they are not alone in their struggles. In a family celebrated for commanding some of the largest stages on Earth, her impact arrives in a far quieter form, yet it resonates just as deeply. Through poetry, advocacy, and personal storytelling, she transforms painful experiences into something meaningful, words that can be carried, spoken aloud, and shared by others searching for hope in their own difficult moments. Smoky vocals, sharp edges. In the intimate glow of a dimly lit club, Genevieve Jackson approaches the microphone as conversations gradually fade into silence. The moment her first note fills the room, the atmosphere changes. At 34, The daughter of Randy Jackson has steadily built a catalog of independent R&B pop releases distinguished by a rich, smoky vocal style and a striking artistic vision. Her background in performing arts, combined with opportunities to tour internationally under her father's guidance, allowed her to develop confidence on stage while avoiding direct comparisons to her famous relatives. Behind the scenes, Janet Jackson's quiet mentorship has played an important role, offering wisdom on surviving the entertainment industry without losing one's individuality. Every music video she releases feels carefully crafted, more like a short film than a promotional clip, with each visual detail serving a purpose. She maintains a genuine connection with her audience through social media, frequently sharing late-night voice memos and glimpses into the creative process. With a full-length album currently taking shape, Genevieve appears to be entering an exciting new chapter, one defined by artistic control, confidence, and a sound unmistakably her own.
Works.
Early previews of her upcoming work reveal an artist who values atmosphere, emotion, and sonic depth far more than following whatever trends happen to dominate the charts. Rather than chasing radio-friendly formulas, Genevieve Jackson appears focused on creating music that feels immersive, personal, and creatively fearless. She understands the opportunities that come with carrying one of entertainment's most recognizable surnames, yet she seems equally committed to defining success on her own terms. Every project suggests a determination to honor her roots without becoming confined by them, stepping through each door opened by the Jackson legacy while forging a path that belongs entirely to her. The Bassist and the Roses. Inside a home studio filled with memories of another era, Jermaine Jackson gently runs his fingers across the strings of a bass guitar while quietly humming a melody reminiscent of Motown's golden age. At 71, the former Jackson 5 bassist and vocalist has largely stepped away from the demands of touring, but his connection to music remains as strong as ever. He continues recording soulful material, occasionally sharing new songs online with an audience that has remained devoted through the decades. His memoir, released in 2023, offered readers a heartfelt look into the extraordinary rise of the Jackson family, blending nostalgia, honesty, and personal reflection in ways that resonated deeply with longtime fans. These days, when speaking about Michael Jackson, Jermaine often does so with warmth and genuine affection, recalling childhood adventures, playful mischief, and the remarkable musical bond that connected the brothers long before the world knew their names.
Harmony.
Dancing 4 hours a day, and he had a 5-year plan of start.
These days, Jermaine Jackson speaks with unmistakable pride when discussing his son Jaffer's breakthrough performance in the biopic, frequently sharing family photographs captured during premiere events and celebrations. In interviews, he often reflects on the complicated realities that accompanied life inside one of the world's most famous families, acknowledging both the rewards and challenges that came with brotherhood, success, and global recognition. Now based in Los Angeles, Jermaine embraces a slower rhythm of life. Mornings are often spent caring for his rose garden, while evenings find him seated with a bass guitar, playing along to beloved records from decades past. There is a quiet satisfaction in the routine, a legendary musician preserving the musical heartbeat of a dynasty, one bass line at a time, far from the chaos that once surrounded it. Congas and conviction. The sharp rattle of congas fills a crowded Los Angeles studio as Randy Jackson settles into a groove alongside one of his nephews. At 64, the youngest Jackson brother before Michael still carries the rhythmic instincts that helped define the family's sound during its most celebrated years. His productions continue to reflect the punchy percussion and infectious energy that characterized the group's late 1970s recordings. After overcoming a serious health challenge several years ago, Randy emerged with a renewed appreciation for both wellness and creativity, dedicating himself even more fully to music. Today, he actively supports his daughter Genevieve's career while continuing to write and produce material for members of the extended family. Whenever Michael Jackson's legacy becomes the subject of controversy or criticism, Randy is often among the first relatives to respond. Direct, fiercely protective, and unapologetically outspoken, he regularly shares rare studio footage and behind-the-scenes moments that loyal fans eagerly follow. Though formal interviews remain uncommon, his consistent appearances at family events and his candid presence on social media reveal someone whose passion for music and loyalty to his family has never faded.
I always knew he had this problem, and I always said, Michael, why don't you?
Randy Jackson continues serving as one of the family's quiet musical architects, preserving the rhythmic heartbeat that helped shape the signature Jackson sound. While remaining rooted in the grooves and percussion-driven energy of an earlier era, he consistently finds ways to modernize those influences for contemporary audiences. His work bridges generations, ensuring that the spirit of classic Jackson music continues evolving rather than fading into nostalgia. 60 and still unstoppable, having recently completed a landmark global tour that extended well into 2024, Janet Jackson stands inside a rehearsal studio, carefully observing a new choreographer guide dancers through intricate routines. Even at 60, her commitment to mastering movement remains unchanged. Rather than relying solely on decades of experience, she continues studying, refining, and challenging herself with the same discipline that built her career. Her Together Again tour shattered personal attendance milestones and reaffirmed her status as one of music's most enduring performers. By 2025, she had already shifted her focus toward new material, releasing songs that blended the warmth of classic R&B with sleek, atmospheric modern production. While many artists celebrate their legacy, Janet continues expanding hers, proving that creative evolution has no expiration date. Away from the spotlight, motherhood remains the center of Janet Jackson's world. Much of her time beyond the stage is devoted to her son Isa, with ordinary routines like school drop-offs and quiet family dinners providing balance to a life that has rarely been ordinary. Even in her concerts, Michael Jackson's presence is felt not through grand declarations, but through subtle and deeply emotional tributes. A familiar silhouette, a shared vocal passage, or a carefully placed visual can instantly transform an arena, often moving audiences to tears. Her artistic influence continues to ripple through modern pop culture, visible in the precision of performers like Beyoncé and the confidence embodied by artists such as Teyana Taylor. Despite decades of public curiosity, Janet remains remarkably guarded when discussing family relationships, preserving a sense of mystery that has become part of her identity. With rumors of another album arriving in 2026, she appears to view aging not as a limitation, but as another chapter in an ongoing creative journey. She keeps moving forward with purpose, still evolving, still influential, and still unmistakably herself. From the unanswered questions surrounding Brandon Howard's paternity to the evolving paths of Michael Jackson's children, siblings, and extended relatives, the Jackson family continues to captivate generations of fans. Prince, Paris, and Biggie have each carved out distinct identities, while cousins, nephews, and uncles carry different pieces of the family's creative legacy into the future. What emerges from these stories is something larger than fame itself. The enduring influence of the King of Pop can be seen not only in music, but also in philanthropy, artistic expression, perseverance, and personal growth. The mystery surrounding B. Howard may never receive a definitive answer, but perhaps that is no longer the most important part of the story. Long after the rumors fade, the legacy of the Jackson family continues to evolve, alive in new voices, new dreams, and a history that refuses to be forgotten.